The Bahamas is celebrating its 52nd Independence Day this July, a monumental milestone that marks more than 5 decades of growth, resilience, and self-determination. From its peaceful break from colonial rule to becoming a powerhouse in tourism, finance, and global diplomacy, the Bahamas has built a nation that's anything but ordinary. In this video, we're exploring the Bahamas' rich history, from its political evolution and economic boom to its vibrant cultural identity and international influence. We'll also look into how the nation overcame challenges, celebrated triumphs, and forged its path as a beacon of unity and pride in the Caribbean. Celebrate Bahamas' independence in style with our exclusive merchandise. Show off your pride with unique items that honor the rich culture and history of the Bahamas. Check out the link in the description to explore our collection and grab yours today. Let's get started by taking a closer look at the political milestones that laid the foundation for nation building. The Bahamas gained independence from the United Kingdom on July 10, 1973, when Prince Charles handed over the instruments of sovereignty to Prime Minister Lyndon Pindling, officially establishing the Commonwealth of the Bahamas as a self-governing nation. The country retained the British monarch as head of state, represented domestically by a governor-general. Over the past 5 decades, the Bahamas has sustained a stable parliamentary democracy, holding regular free elections that have alternated power peacefully between the two major parties. In recent years, the Bahamas has started more discussions about its government and future. While there hasn't been a public vote on becoming a republic yet, there have been strong debates about breaking all remaining ties with the British monarchy, similar to other Caribbean countries. On the regional and international fronts, the Bahamas has played an active role within the Caribbean community and the Commonwealth. It co-chairs key working groups on climate finance at the United Nations and has advocated forcefully for reparations for slavery through CARICOM's Reparations Commission. These diplomatic engagements underline the Bahamas' evolution from a small archipelago to a respected voice in multilateral forums. Now, let's turn our focus to the Bahamas' economic progress and development since gaining independence. Since independence, the country has transitioned from a primarily agriculture and service-based economy to one dominated by tourism and financial services. Tourism alone accounts for approximately 50% of GDP and directly or indirectly employs half of the labor force. Financial services, including banking and insurance, contribute around 50% of GDP, making the Bahamas one of the leading offshore financial centers in the Caribbean. The economy successfully recovered from the 2008 financial crisis and the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2022, GDP growth rebounded to 14.4% as travel reopened and consumer spending recovered. GDP per capita reached $31,458.30 in 2022, underscoring the nation's high-income status, while public debt stood at 83.7% of GDP, reflecting both pandemic relief measures and ongoing investment in infrastructure. Unemployment fell to 9.5% in 2023, down from pandemic highs, although youth unemployment and underemployment remain policy priorities. Despite these improvements, challenges remain. Slow growth means there's still a need to diversify beyond tourism and finance, and crime continues to affect investor confidence. The government's Vision 2040 plan aims to drive economic diversification by investing in renewable energy, creative industries, and digital services with the goal of building resilience and creating new jobs across the islands. As the Bahamas moves toward economic growth, its rich cultural heritage remains a central pillar of national identity. Bahamian culture is rooted in traditions influenced by African, European, and indigenous heritage. The most iconic cultural celebration is Junkanoo, a lively street parade featuring drumming, colorful costumes, and dancing held on Boxing Day on December 26th and New Year's Day. In December 2023, UNESCO inscribed Junkanoo on its representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity, recognizing its origins in 19th century African traditions and its role as an outlet for creative expression. Apart from Junkanoo, Goombay music, rake and scrape, and calypso festivals also draw local and international audiences. Bahamian art, including straw weaving and conch shell carving, has found a place in global markets, highlighting the island's thriving creative economy. Nassau's National Art Gallery and Freeport's Festival Grounds host annual exhibitions showcasing local artisans, while the Bahamas Music and Film Commission promotes Bahamian talent abroad. The preservation of cultural heritage is institutionalized through the Bahamas National Trust and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, which together manage museums, historic sites, and grant programs. The Bahamas continues to celebrate its rich heritage through ongoing celebrations with UNESCO and CARICOM, developing educational programs that integrate cultural history into school curricula, ensuring that traditions are passed down to future generations. Though home to just over 409,000 people, the Bahamas punches above its weight on the global stage, propelled by both its achievements in sport and an engaged diaspora. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, take a moment and hit those like and subscribe buttons. Your support helps us bring more amazing content to you. Thank you. The country is known for its global influence and diaspora impact.
Man, that girl is 21, so.
Bahamian sprinters have become legends. Shaunae Miller-Uibo won Olympic gold in the 400 meter at both the 2016 Rio and 2020 Tokyo Games, defending her title with a North American record of 48.36 seconds in Tokyo 2020. Stephen Gardiner claimed the men's 400 meter world title in 2022 with a time of 44.29 seconds, reinforcing the Bahamas' reputation as a sprinting powerhouse. The Bahamian diaspora, while numerically small, serves as an important ambassadorial network. Personal remittances, though modest at 0.4% of GDP, provide a safety net for families and support small-scale entrepreneurial ventures at home. The Bahamas' global presence is strengthened by its renowned diaspora, including figures like Nobel laureate Sidney Poitier and musician Lenny Kravitz. On the diplomatic level, the Bahamas has been an active voice for small island developing states, SIDS, on the global stage. At the United Nations, Bahamian representatives have chaired climate finance working groups and led negotiations on the establishment of a loss and damage fund. Prime Minister Philip Davis emphasized the urgency of honoring commitments made to assist SIDS, stating that the international community must move beyond pledges to tangible actions. The Bahamas' advocacy highlights its leadership in tackling climate change, which impacts island nations the most. Investment in human capital has been a cornerstone of post-independence policy. Adult literacy rates have climbed from roughly 60% at independence to over 95% today, making the Bahamas one of the most literate populations in the Western Hemisphere. English is universal, and secondary school enrollment exceeds 92% of eligible youth, supported by a national budget allocation to education of 24%. Higher education has expanded through the University of the Bahamas, which transitioned to a full university in 2016, offering bachelor's and graduate degrees across diverse disciplines. Not just that, life expectancy has also risen to 74 years, up from around 66 years at independence, reflecting improvements in healthcare delivery and public health initiatives. Thanks to robust immunization campaigns and strengthened maternal care services, infant mortality has also declined to approximately 11.4 deaths per 1,000 live births as of 2023, down from near 30 per 1,000 in the 1960s, according to World Scorecard. Recent health reforms prioritize non-communicable diseases, with national screening programs for hypertension and diabetes, and the expansion of community clinics in the Family Islands. The government is also scaling up telemedicine to improve access across outlying keys and islands, ensuring that no Bahamian is left behind due to geographic isolation. Not to forget that, as a low-lying archipelago, the Bahamas is acutely vulnerable to climate change as well. In 2016, the government ratified the Paris Agreement and deposited its instrument of ratification on August 22, 2016, signaling its commitment to global climate action. The updated nationally determined contribution, submitted in 2022, pledges a 30% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2030 relative to a business as usual, and aims for at least 30% renewables in the energy mix by the same year, with a long-term goal of carbon neutrality by 2050. The Bahamas also launched a task force to phase out single-use plastics, banning plastic bags, straws, utensils, and styrofoam containers back in 2020 under the Environmental Protection Act 2019. Mangrove restoration projects and coastal buffer zones protect shorelines, while investment in solar and wind farms is reducing dependence on imported fossil fuels. The government also collaborates with the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center to secure climate finance for infrastructure upgrades, emphasizing water security and ecosystem conservation. The Bahamas is leading the way in innovation with public-private partnerships. For example, the Bahamas Electricity Corporation is testing microgrid systems in Abaco, while the Bahamas National Trust teams up with international NGOs to map biodiversity hotspots. These efforts show how the Bahamas isn't just talking about climate change, they're taking action, using smart solutions suited to their unique geography. And now, let's talk about the 2025 independence celebrations. Early July, Bahamians everywhere mark the nation's independence with a week-long salute to history, culture, and community. Across the islands and throughout the diaspora, schools, civic groups, and creative collectives host parades, concerts, craft fairs, and storytelling circles that drench the archipelago in the gold, aquamarine, and black of the flag. In 2025, the 52nd anniversary of independence celebrates this tradition with the theme Out of Many, One People, Resilient Past, Sustainable Future. It reminds us that unity and stewardship are key to the Bahamas' identity and central to Vision 2040, the National Development Plan. Looking ahead, the National Independence Secretariat aims for celebrations that fuel the future. Plans call for stronger partnerships with youth innovators, expanded green initiatives to protect the ocean and reefs, and digital platforms that knit islanders and expatriates together in real time. The Bahamas aims to make every Independence Week a celebration of sustainable tourism, cultural entrepreneurship, and environmental care. By doing so, the country hopes to turn national pride into lasting opportunities. Each year, the fireworks over Nassau Harbor not only mark freedom, but also symbolize progress toward growth, cultural vitality, and a better future for generations to come. As the Bahamas continues to celebrate its rich history and culture, it's clear that the nation still has a long journey ahead. With the spirit of independence fueling its future, the Bahamas is poised to create even greater opportunities for generations to come. Now we have some questions for you. Do you believe the Bahamas should fully sever ties with the British monarchy, or is the current system working? And what do you think is the most important milestone in the Bahamas' journey toward independence? Let us know in the comments below. Also, check out our video on the reasons why you should invest in the Caribbean. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting content and incredible stories from the Caribbean. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. This is Caribbean Focus. See you in the next video.